What's up, guys?
Let me go ahead and do my tech stuff and unmute Emery.
Thank you so much, because I'm over here talking and singing and everything.
So damn proud of him. Like another season of this.
I can't even start my first day. Like, run it to the back. Run it back.
Oh, we in the same spot. Don't worry about it. Oh, you want to run it back? We got a little bit. We got a little bit, buddy. We got a little bit. Hey, we got a little bit.
Oh my gosh. Oh, what's up, everybody? And welcome to the premiere of season 3 of Christian Convo.
Those trays.
Chris. Of course, it's your girl F.L.O.R.
It's your boy I Emery.
And I know y'all notice a new face on the screen. Like, I know that, it's a little different this season,
just a little bit.
This is someone that I refer to as a professional shit starter. Like, this is just what the fuck she does. And she does it very well and very classy and super ladylike and unapologetically. Everyone in the Crucial Convo audience, please welcome my girl, Paris Vaughn.
Yeah.
Welcome, me.
Welcome, my dear.
Thank you. I am glad to not just be back behind the screen.
Yes, ma'am.
Hey, we out here.
Okay, that's why I was already talking less than Ned. Like, yeah, you early. Share it. Like, I already know the folks. I got to remember that today is day one.
You talking to Ned?
Yeah, I normally be behind the screen like, well, then share it then if you early. But I'm going to be nice because they don't really know me.
Pop on in. Show them who you are. That's what we do. Introduce them to who we know.
About
that. So, it's my little time. Did you say introduce myself?
Yes, ma'am. Tell the audience.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you see, I'm your favorite healthy hustling momager, Paris Vaughn, and my first priority is being the mom behind the dream of Don't Be Jelly. It's the vegan cosmetic business that my 10-year-old daughter owns. So through that platform, I do a lot of other things and help a lot of moms behind kidpreneurs dream bigger. So me starting with season 3 is really me showing more moms and single moms that you can still dream big at your big age, and it's never too late. F them kids and get back to you.
Period. What's up? Oh, M, what's the snack for season 3?
Oh, Lord, we healthy.
Yeah, he on his healthy boy shit. Like, it ain't even good no more. The gummies, him biting the heads off, like, oh, that's gone. He like on
I know, man.
Snickers and the fucking peanuts and
fruit.
I gotta tell my friends that I'm live.
But look, I'm gonna have my gummies here and there through this season. I'm letting you know. Moderation is better than none-aration.
That's true.
Now, shoot now.
Y'all, we do. Let me apologize on behalf of us, because when I say life was lifing for me, life was truly lifing. Just to give a little update, my last baby is graduating high school next month. So we dealing with that. 3 days after he graduate, we're moving to Arizona. So I've had to plan my uncle's headstone. I've had to get all that organized. I had to do senior pictures. He just warned me that his invitation ain't got no time on it. So hopefully he'll send that to a whole lot of people.
Well, we'll all be there. They just gonna send the money if they ain't there. So it's all.
Oh, he said he sent it to 10 people. So what he can do is he could just go ahead and just send it to him. Hey y'all, it's gonna be from 3 to 7. You know what I mean? So
Lala got him.
You know, like why I gotta go back and edit? Can I edit moving forward?
Yep, you can.
Sure. All right, sure. Yeah, we can do that. And then if it go on, then we go on. But yeah, because they ain't gonna be drinking anyway. So all right. So anyway, my bad, y'all. My bad. No, they ain't. Right. They ain't gonna. We gonna be drinking, but they ain't gonna be drinking.
Right.
Hey, Lauren. So kind of been, my fault. Why a girl could only take so much, but I digress. We are back. We are better than ever. We're a little bit more juicy, A
little bit.
Juicy fruit.
We definitely missed y'all though.
For sure.
Don't think we did not miss y'all. I still been arguing with Emery. That ain't changed none.
See me.
Ooh, and I like it.
This is what I do.
It's good when it's bad.
So typically, that's what's going on. Typically, having a party. But so, Emery, what up with you?
Man, same life. Life has just been lifing, moving around, and some big news here and there. But we waiting to see how things turn out. I've been producing a lot. I had a couple national placements come out since our break. We've all been busy.
The national sound.
It just sounds good, right? It just sounds good, right?
Sounds like national and stuff. Okay,
so it's like so I produce a lot of music for artists who are local, and then national stuff are people that are like out on the charts and stuff like that, and really get deals, and really get some money behind them. So
I know. I was just letting you prop yourself because I done dated a few artists and a few musicians, so I know. But you gotta brag on yourself, okay? You got.
Well, yeah, because I don't do that. So, but God bless America. Yeah, I've been moving around.
Look, like God. Let's stay
here. No, that's enough. That's more than enough.
The one thing that season 3 will be about is bragging and boasting. I feel like the one thing that we have been is humble, and they say if you say you're humble, screw that. So what we not gonna be season 3 moving forward is humble, because we pretty dope. Like if I do say so myself, we pretty amazing. You know what I'm saying? Everything that we do singular and everything we do together, like we just a vibe. But we were talking.
Okay, segue.
And the subject of monogamy came up, but it was in an awkward way, right? So Emery had one view of it, and I had a total different opposite view of the question that he posed. So what I'm going to do is state the topic, which is monogamy or not. That is the question. So I'm going to turn it over to you, Em, for you to give them a little bit of background for what you meant.
Yeah. So there, I definitely talked to a bunch of people, guys and girls, just about life and relationships and how they get down and things like that. And one thing that is a reoccurring issue is the topic of sex in a relationship. Now, I must state that I am a Christian and I believe that sex.
Oh, the disclaimers came early today.
I'm going to get them out of the way. Sex should be reserved for those who are married. Amen. Hallelujah. Because I am who I am. Y'all know this.
We Christians too. I'm just saying.
All right. I just need to make sure that's out there. Now, back to God. Oh, he love you.
God. Okay.
What's wrong with you? Nothing. That is the reoccurring question, though. Just a conversation about sex in the relationship. It seems that people kind of stop having sex somewhere. Now, just because I've been in relationships and I know that there's more to it than, in most cases, it's more to it than just she don't want to. You know what I'm saying? But the fact remains that if it's not happening frequently enough, then that's when other options are options now. You know, other things that could have, you know, that weren't around are now options, which, you know, hurts the relationship. And then it goes into you cheated on me, which is true. And then, you know, sometimes it don't work. Sometimes they try to stick it out as long as they can, but it's just after that, sometimes that's just it. So
that's some re-escalated.
I'm gonna give it to you. I'm gonna give all of it to you.
That was the cliff note.
Well, man, okay. I was like, whoa.
So the basis of my question was, do we really want monogamy? You know, do those of us who feel like if you cheat, I'm gone, do you really want a monogamous relationship? Because what comes with it is you letting yourself go and making sure that your mate is the number one priority. Now, clearly, that don't mean, you know, whenever, like if you know, whatever. It doesn't mean like every single time he wants it or she wants it, you got to do it. But it does mean that you're going to probably have to do it when you don't want to more often than you would before this conversation. You know what I'm saying? And then also the conversations that come with it, like with monogamy. If you, okay, here we go, Bobby. Here we go.
Bobby!
You're not starting with you just yet. Not yet, my nigga.
They is
not yet.
Ready.
Not yet. So the conversation.
Let him finish doing this wordsmith and he doing so nicely on this definition.
I'm doing my good work. I'm just showing that I study. You know what I'm saying? I've been doing my diligence. You know, I do this. So like those conversations of like, if you having urges to step out, or you know what I'm saying, like those kinds of conversations should be a part of the monogamous relationship that you have.
We better find love in the comments.
And if it ain't, then we get a problem.
Okay, so the question that I have 4. But
sorry about that.
Was that a sneeze or a cough?
It was.
I felt it. I had it. It's a mess down in Texas. Okay.
Yeah.
That was a lot of pressure.
Yeah, I felt
pressure. Pressure. I don't know none of the words except for pressure.
And it's like faster, but we with it.
It's just typical. Was she ever into the sex as much as he was?
Man, that's a good, that, you know, I would say in a lot of cases, possibly not. But I also know that a lot of women will do a lot to get a guy and then will ease up once they secure him.
Yeah, so the opposition to that is a lot of guys will make it as if they don't necessarily need or they're okay with to get to a point of proving, you know, I won. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I got it. Or so it's like, go ahead, P.
No, and I think on that same topic too, you think about some people you're dating, how many people have been in long-term relationships. Like some people starting off and think vacation sex can last for 4 years, and that's not realistic. You know, in the tropics, I can get in every day. So if you know, depending on how you met, what people's background, so much goes into it. But I think that's a great starter question, because if the expectations started different or changed, we need to be talking about it as soon as the pattern change
shifts, right? So it's like being married for almost 20 years. What he was able to give in the beginning is totally different than what he's able to give now.
Man, I just hate that you saying able. Don't say it like that.
Well, I mean,
I understand. That's not the point. The point is not my understanding. I get it.
That's exactly what it is, because he's the type of person that his family is what comes first, right? Like to him, in my opinion, I'm gonna be there, right? So it's like, okay, when I make sure that this is set, then I can convert over to her. Yeah, she gonna be chirping in my ear, but I can, appease her for this amount of time to like, and he consumes himself with if it's an issue or work or whatever. So because I know that, I have to address it and be like, yo, you're obsessing again. You feel me? Like, we ain't been on a date and such and such and such. Like, I ain't seen you and da 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 da, and now he's been gone he's been gone for a month, right?
Okay.
There you go. There you go.
Sometime, baby.
Right.
Baby. Like, and I think that motherfucker was gone for a week. And I was like, yo, I'm on a plane. Like,
I'm telling you.
What
Yeah,
I've learned and I've really discussed with Paris is when I had him every day, I took advantage. No, I didn't take advantage of the fact that I had him here every day. There were times that we was going through what some may call minute, but it was major to me. So I was considering divorce. You feel me? After a very long time of being together, being real with y'all. But it wasn't, and I prayed, God, if this is what I'm supposed to do, please confirm. Please show me. Please reignite. Like, hey, because something because
no, that's real.
I'm fighting a never-ending battle right now, and I don't know if it's for something because now we're transitioning. As I was talking to y'all about last season, we're transitioning into a different season, a different chapter in our marriage. We're no longer parents on some real shit. Fuck them kids. We're not doing it anymore. So you my husband, I'm your wife, what's happening? Like, that's where we are now. And he's just getting to the point of, you know what? We really, yeah, you my baby daddy again. I'm your baby mama. Like, so, like, for real, like, we're done with the parenting thing. So what are we doing now? So the conversation is different. The way that he looked at me, I catch him just, the way that he flirt now, like everything is different. So now I miss it. You feel me? I listen to his tone way more than I do his words, but he's been with me for so long. So he know that I can read through his BS. But anyway, I probably at a different point in my marriage would have entertained cheating on him with him being gone this long, being 100. But because we've done so much work, it's not worth it. And I acknowledge that it's not worth it because if it's that bad, I'm going to do what I'm doing next week, which is hopping in a car, taking my kids on a road trip. You feel me? To go see
my man.
I'm trying to tell you.
Because that's where the work starts. The project is now complete. That one. The new life after is starting. You feel me? So, what's up, Kara? Hey, boo. So it's like now we're doing work on a whole different level. It's focusing on us. So the monogamy makes sense to me because now over the years he done learned, all right, she need this. Okay, she's going to acknowledge when I'm lacking this. Okay, I know she's going to be on. And me, I have to acknowledge this. I have to let him know this. I can't assume that he remembers that it's been 2 weeks since he didn't smack me on my booty. Okay,
but it's rainbows right now. We talking about, that's great. But I think all the stuff you said is like lessons learned. There's time there. There's forgiveness. There's all of that. And I think a lot of stuff now, people are starting to getting back to wanting and appreciating those lessons because we're surviving life. But I think in love, we went through that microwave success and we wanted what our grandparents have, but it to look like on TV, and that don't really work.
No, so people not,
yeah, I mean, because even we all have different backgrounds. I think even for mine being in corporate America, when you date an artist, girl, you gotta take a nap and get up when he comes home at 3. Like, what is you talking about? You gotta cook something, get some. Don't nobody care about you going to work at 8. Right, but people now, it's not that same give and take. So I'm gonna be asleep. And, hopefully I could, not all the time. I mean, that's just like in society what they have. So I think before, when you brought up the question, like, was it ever good or was it happy, like how you met? I think when you guys wait for the dating episode, when we release it, people don't take the time to really talk about when things change or when they're not happy anymore.
It's those hard conversations, man, that nobody likes to have.
Yeah.
They typically don't go well. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's probably why so many people don't. But it still has to be had. You know what I mean? Like, you have to do the work during calm times, so that when something big pops up, y'all can talk about it, and y'all can both be in a space to be able to hear one another. Because critiques today are seen as attacks.
Mm-hmm.
Every single one. And
yeah, go ahead.
But that's what we don't know how to hear our partner out, because somewhere along the lines, usually at a base level, we still feel like we need to protect ourselves. And even from our spouse or our mate, we still kind of have that there, because we haven't done the work to release that. And releasing that doesn't mean be stupid. Obviously it doesn't mean that, but it definitely means being open enough to, if you think differently, to still listen, and vice versa. You know what I'm saying? Like, to just follow and stop, and or listen to hear them out. Man, if I tell you, P, I don't like them braids like that. I don't like those kind of braids. The next move is usually, you gonna pay for it to get done? Well, I'm like, yeah, I'll pay for it. Well, then I still like what I'm like. It's not, there's never any consideration. It's like, especially in these days and times, it's like, what I want is what I'm gonna do. And that's what most of us mean when we say, take me as I am. I mean, I'm gonna do whatever I want to do. I just need you to sit by my side while I do it. And then don't judge me, and don't critique me. Don't tell me, I don't want to hear nothing. Just stay there while I'm telling you I'm gonna do something opposite of the stuff you've asked me to do.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a question. I think, like, since we did a lot of work to get ready for this topic, y'all. I think we didn't talked about it a lot. But going into like if it ever was happy, I think now, because my thought was like, if we're talking about monogamy or not, like, is the only issue not enough sex, or is it other? So that can go behind. But then my thought is like, where are we having these conversations? Like, are we whining and dining and then talking about, like, it's not like, how are we even coming up with these conversations, especially from a man? Like, from your perspective, a lot of times guys do run into like, man, because people women do have a history of using their sex, like when they're upset, like for whatever. So I think now, like, if a guy is gonna bring this up, at the same time, you don't want to bring it up and then hear us like attack you back. Like, what is the setting? Like, how are you bringing up these conversations, especially if you haven't cheated before?
I don't think they do. I remember when before I got married to my kid's mom, everything was pretty cool. We was broke back then. It was 20 or something, 19. We ain't really had much, so it wasn't no arguing or nothing. It wasn't like we was, beefing or nothing. Wasn't no issues. But I just had this urge to cheat. And it lasted probably about a couple days. And I was like, I don't know. I told her. I was like, we was in it was like maybe like a month or two in.
So what was the setting?
We was just at the crib. We was just at home. She was doing whatever, I was doing whatever, but it was just on me. It was like weighing on me because I really liked her. So I'm like, man, like my whole purpose was, I was like, I'm not gonna do the stuff I did. I'm reading all these books and started therapy and all this other stuff. This is my opportunity to, put that stuff into motion. So I'm like, dang, and it was eating me up, man. And then I went and told her. I mean, it wasn't like it was no. It wasn't okay. I want to talk to you at 7:30. It wasn't a meeting.
Yeah.
We were just. She was maybe cooking, cleaning. I don't. I'm whatever. We were just around the house. We ain't had no kids yet. We hadn't. I was like, yo, I'm having these urges to cheat. I'm like, ain't nothing popping off. What up, Shamara?
Hello.
And she was like,
So it was
Okay.
cheating because you say ain't nothing popping off.
No. It wasn't no
I
cheating.
don't.
I just had that urge, and after I told her about it, she was like, "Well, let's pray about it." I was like, "Whoa!" That was the moment when I felt that was it. It don't take much for me. I was like, "Yo,
I
I
don't
ain't
think
finna rush you, but you finna be, but you hit." I'm letting you know.
there is no proper setting. Like he said. Like, what's up, Renisha? When
Leech.
when you feel it, you feel it. If you are a
Yeah.
real individual, it's going to overtake every sense that you have. Like, you're not gonna be able to move properly. It's gonna be heavy on your shoulders. You're gonna feel like you can't breathe. It's going to weigh on you to the point to where you're gonna have to say it. And once you say it, you can be like, again, I didn't act on it, but that feeling is there, and I want to be honest with you. So I think if individuals are looking for a perfect setting, you'll forever sit on your feelings. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. No, well, I don't think you need a perfect setting. I just think like a lot of times, sometimes these conversations, especially since we're still having them
Mhm.
now, we're not taking consideration of like what happened the day before. Like, yeah, today it might have been heavy on you, but what is the setting of the relationship? I don't necessarily mean
Oh,
like, did you rhyme? I'm like, what's the energy? What's the vibe? Does she feel secure? Like, overall, I think a lot of times we throw out this part of the conversation and I'm like, well, how was it set up? Like, because we talk about how it's clear women over communicate or whatever, guys struggle. So you done got this out and you wanted you did it come out like, man, I'm trying to cheat, or or you ain't giving it up.
right.
Like where we fighting is the
No, so my
You meant-
situation.
So you meant what was the delivery?
yeah,
Okay.
yes, the
So
delivery.
yeah, mine was just as like how I talk
Mm-hmm.
for
Yeah,
me though. But that I talk like this all the time, so it wasn't like she was shocked, and we didn't have no issues in that area.
yeah,
It was a million years ago, so I can say it now. But we was definitely getting it in. There was no there was no lack just because of my historical heritage and how I've grown up and my generational curses that I've broken since.
Feel like that was ready to
It
go.
was
right,
just it was there. I didn't even necessarily know it like that. I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, dang, like, and I wasn't even around chicks. It was just like you need to go get some other chick.
yeah,
Like, and I was like, dang. And so after a couple of days, I told her about it. Now, had she been like most women, this is most people. Let me say it that way. Had she been like, had she taken it personally, I would probably never open up again. You know what I'm saying? Because I know, number one, that's a hard conversation to have anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then if I'm bringing it to the person who I love or care about, we was, kind of still early, just cared about her, you know what I'm saying? And they blow up, I need to keep that to myself. So that means I can't come. So this is a whole area of my life that I cannot bring to you. I can't
right,
talk to you about it at all because you won't understand. It'll be a fight, blah, 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 and we will lock up. Men don't talk much, no way. And so then if you get someone who's willing to, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, back then we was 20, so if she would have blew up, it
right.
would have been kind of expected. You know what I mean? But
That's what I think. I think like as now as I have those conversations, I'm pushing. I'm like, okay, well, if we're still talking about the same thing that's been coming up since
yeah,
whenever, maybe like if we're gonna have these conversations, and I think you see it a lot on social media, you see it on TV, you can do everything like there's ways to read the situation and set it up so you can have this conversation healthy, like why we're having today. So I think like my push was too like the perfect time to bring up that you're not getting enough sex and the bills is not paid is probably not the time to want to pour your soul. But a lot
I
of people
know.
aren't really having that conversation. Like Emery, like you just getting the itch. A lot of guys not coming out and saying like, woo,
And
hot in my pants.
Yeah, yeah.
Just the same as women. Just like if a lot of women, it's hard having that conversation with guys like, you think you're killing it and oh my God. So
You're
it's
not.
the same
Hey,
conversation.
you better play it off. You better play it off until you die.
He
Okay,
mean it. Oh
hold
my
on.
God.
Okay, see. Okay,
Ain't no C.
hold on. See.
What?
If you act like listen, you better keep it
Nobody
up.
acting. Nobody. No. What?
If you acting like I am, you every time you better act like I am.
Acting like, but I'm like never. When you never acting, and you like, well, they do give up. I'm like, this battle is not yours.
Oh my God.
Because if I continue to lie to you and
Yeah.
you really think you putting it
Yeah.
down,
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
not going
That's
to
their
be
fault.
satisfied, and that's my fault because I didn't lay it down to you that
Yeah.
you ain't laying it down on me.
On both sides,
Yeah.
men and women do better. Y'all deserve good sex.
Period. On some real, because
If you gonna do it, baby, do
When-
it, and you
when-
can prove it.
when females say, "I've never had an orgasm,"
Ooh-wee.
Or no boyfriends. Like, stop saying that, baby, and let's
What-
learn
like,
something.
what are you doing in life? Or what are
Getting
you
bent up. Can I say that?
Yeah.
Thank you,
Oh,
Jesus.
now we
Hallelujah.
Catholic. We're more
I mean, what are
okay.
you doing? It's I don't understand it. Like, I don't understand it. So that's just like my next question was, what caused her to hold back? You know what I'm saying? Was it bad? You feel me? Was it too rough? Like, was it, and she just don't know how to say, hey, you hurt me, or hey, whatever it is. Like Emery said, the delivery or him being uncomfortable. He's not accepting her delivery. So now she's uncomfortable giving her truth. And now she's holding back, which is going to cause him to cheat. When in reality, what I've learned throughout the years is just to deal with him until he get comfortable with my delivery.
You gotta try again.
I had to try again because you just consistently blowing up. That's not enough. That's a defense mechanism to me. Okay. But we still need to address this problem.
It is still there.
Okay, because it's still there. Even after you dumped your tantrum, you want some fruit snacks? Okay, here
If
you
we
go.
gonna do this,
Let's go back to talking.
What kind of fruit snacks we got? Black Forest?
Whichever you choose, we can get a juice box too, just as long as you're comfortable enough to continue this conversation.
You know what though, man? Oddly enough, man, in the limited experience I've had, I haven't experienced this. I haven't experienced the time where. Shut up, Harris.
I forgot.
No, we was doing good.
To see and hear me now.
Man, but we was doing so good. Like I said.
That's so true. I forgot tape. Hey y'all, can y'all cut it?
No, because we live. We super live.
I'm the cut.
Right, you would be the one behind. Yeah, you would be the. But no, I haven't experienced that. And then I do know a bunch of people who really have, but then I also know a lot of folks who haven't. So it makes it definitely begs the question, like, what did you do? Because in a lot of the cases of the people that I know personally that talk to me about this, they've cheated before. I've never been cheated on and then stayed, so I wouldn't know how to.
That's real shit.
How to, you know what I'm saying? Like how to take you, or that feeling, you know what I'm saying? If everything you doing is like if you out too long. Well, I've never, gratefully, I don't want to. I don't even want to, because I'm telling you, folks who cried on my shoulder about this. It's pretty tough.
It doesn't feel good. It does not.
You know what I mean? But since I've definitely heard it a million times, man. Like this is a problem that we don't really talk about in a healthy way. All we do is complain. Like guys, they complain pretty much.
And the females,
chicks complain. Yeah. I've talked to them both, man, and it's the same.
And I think too, like you said, like we all joke and say, like, if you've been thinking it was good, but sometimes if you've been together a long time, if it was good back then, now it depending on the type of guy you like, sometimes that's it. Like if they wasn't doing it back then, just the same as women be like, I ain't never doing that. Men do the same thing. And then you have to just
adjust.
Or leave or cheat. Like that, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I think the lack of crucial conversations.
Because don't get me started on the guys who don't want you to have toys.
Don't get me started on the guys that don't want to get head.
Oh my God. In their big age.
I don't. Like, I remember I heard somebody say, He said it's gonna give me cancer. I said,
Oh,
never mind the pack of fucking Newport you smoke every day.
my
It's
God.
gonna be the best cancer you gonna ever taste and catch, okay? But my thing is, it don't even
Oh
have
my
to
God.
be. It don't even have to be the back. I think people make it towards like always say like, "Well, you do it, I'm doing it." And it's not about that. Like when you intimate, it's supposed to be
It's
about
part of the intimate.
serving and pleasure, and that's what kills me when you have these conversations now. Like, okay, you won't give head, but like if I'm not satisfied in some way, does that just not matter? So we're done.
But I think that's
Right.
a lot of guys' outlook on it though. Like, okay, like
I'm in stage 4, period.
I
Terminal.
want that pleasure.
Lord have mercy, Ned.
No, that's
Take
before
me
you
to
do that.
the king.
He done blocked somebody already. I want that pleasure.
Shamara.
I'm so listen. This ain't nothing. I think the only thing that's gonna be new about this season, as I told y'all earlier, is the humility is kind of out the door. You may find a little bit up in that corner, but you always get that from that corner. So we expect that from that corner. Okay. Now this other corner over here. Now this other corner gonna get ratchet with me, so I ain't worried about it. Y'all got
Will
his head a couple times, but he's used to it as well. So
yeah.
I had to bring because I'm going to respect, and he knows that. Period.
What?
I'm going to do that. But at the end of the day, what we talk about is what everyone lives. What we talk about is what everyone do. Just because you don't want to outwardly talk about it, don't mean that you ain't doing it. So we'll talk about it for you, okay? You can go ahead and add your comments over there in the comment. Won't nobody know. It's just us. We're family.
You guys, family.
You know? Like, it's the reality of it. And what we're going to do is keep it real. That's what we're going to do here.
Every time.
When you're a part of a relationship, the things that you never wanted to do, the things that you said you was never going to do, you do have to worry about somebody being very open and okay with coming to fulfill that. You know what I'm saying? I remember saying that cheating was a deal breaker, but then when I sit and think about it, it was like, oh, well, Eric cheated on me, but we're still together.
Look at me today.
You feel me? So,
well, and then too, the push, everybody wanted to be healed, which is amazing. But what comes that is us learning from these triggers, and you choose these folks. And sometimes, a lot of times, if you're adding value, then you're working on each other. Iron sharpens iron, and that stuff doesn't feel good. So you just have to decide. And people be so ready to, I'm not doing it. So I think like, just keep having the conversation, and people love to say, I already did there, but there, done that. And that's really not like the case.
That's the hard thing, man.
You
can get in that rut. That's Nisha.
Yeah.
I see that collarbone, Nisha. You've been showing out. No, but
all he needs until then you realize that you weren't, or it's you. I love to hear from the women who thought they would be all they need, and then they the ones who slip up and break them men's hearts.
That happened.
Yeah, that definitely be a thing because they've been in the dark for so long. You know what I'm saying? And something comes and flip that switch, and it's like, so my next question was the issue ever addressed? And if it was addressed, was it addressed properly to the point of, him understanding, him receiving, her actually getting her point across and feeling heard? Or was it just these are just hypotheticals, of course, or was it just kind of kicked to the side like, yeah, okay, whatever, let's go. You know what I mean?
I guess it would just depend on the people, because most people are just not self-aware enough to have these kinds of tough conversations and the outcome be good. Most who I've come in contact with, I'll say it that way. Mm-hmm. I know a lot of people, and then it shocks me how stuff kind of goes sometimes because those conversations aren't had.
Yeah, and then sometimes if you bring it up you know, you didn't finally got through that. You thought it went well. Then you call something because now she's sitting there like, girl, oh my God, he said it's not enough. Then, you know, these conversations that probably should have continued with your mate, you having them with other people, and it's just causing unnecessary drama. So I think like you had that conversation, you talk about, you got to circle back to stuff like that because people could be feeling all types of ways, insecure, you know, anything just because you brought those things up. So it's good to have them now.
It is though. It is. We just have to keep encouraging that, because that'd be the problem, man. Like, people do have to have those conversations. It's tough. It's ugly. All the above, man. But if you're not having them, you'll leave. I was talking to this one chick who her ex cheated on her, and the reason could have been squashed had he had enough courage to talk to her about it.
Wait, hold on. We can make sure it's still recording. We're still live on Facebook. We can make sure it's technical.
All right.
I think we're good.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't want to miss your point, but I think okay. We'll work through the technical back. I don't want to miss a thing.
My thing said it had ended. That's why I said that.
No, we good.
No, I wanted to make sure. Shoot.
Yeah. Now I forgot what I was saying.
Oh, sorry.
My bad.
No, it's not even you. I think I've been thinking about this lately too in my toilet time. I really think guys, when we, argue, guys who are listeners, when we argue and y'all cut us off, we lose our spot because we be really trying to listen. It's a habit type of thing. So we listen to whatever you said and we try to get back to what we were talking about. Like, man,
we do the same thing though, Erie. I'm laughing at you because you ain't gonna downplay it. Like, that's the problem why guys can't communicate, because we do the same.
No, that's one problem. That ain't the problem.
Tell our girls, that's why I told you to make notes, girl. So I don't even want to play. Y'all better tell y'all boys to make notes like us, and then we still forget the whole script. Okay, so
it don't even matter if you make the notes.
Well, it's the matters of the heart. That's what I'm talking about now, and it's great because like this conversation, me and I think the friends that I'm around, we're all in therapy. We all are putting ourselves in environments to learn more. So we've been exposed to more sexual kind of conversations. And then I'm like, hey, if you like TV, like all the hot shows are talking about this type of thing. So if folks are still struggling to have these conversations, I'm like, what is your environment, or what? Look at yourself too.
Yeah, look inward. Yeah, I agree.
Because, like, if anyone's a fan, Fatima was complaining about Zach wanting way too much sex, and
that show.
Yeah, she didn't say necessarily that she didn't want to have sex with him or she was cutting him off from the sex. She offered a solution to the problem that she felt she had. He was uncomfortable with the solution, but then turned around and decided to use the solution. So it was all in the way that she delivered it, because of course he got defensive, and of course he, jumped to conclusions. It ain't good. You don't want it. Da 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 da. But again, do you care?
It was like a hand version. It was a nice situation.
Sir, one of those. Yes, sir.
They should have dropped the link. We was talking about that earlier. They need the link.
They should have dropped the link.
Yeah, it looked nice.
I would have got it to play just because. Like,
add that to the Father's Day basket, y'all. Start
oh my God.
She really put thought into it. Like, listen, I can't handle it, but this is what I can give you as an alternative. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't just, I'm gonna leave you high and dry. And I think a lot of women feel a certain type of way if they man watch porn or if they man use an alternative to not wear them out, But as I said last season, you gotta be a hoe for your man. That's just what you got to be. You have to be willing to you gotta be willing to explore a different side that may make you uncomfortable, but you got to think about it. That's y'all script. You feel me? That's y'all movie. Like that's what y'all are into. But it keeps it spicy. Like for real. You cause that you get bored. Just got tonight. Hey, you wanna go? Like, man, listen, like you have to, and what you don't understand is it just opens up a whole nother door of the comfortability between y'all to just people, man, y'all don't understand.
Well, people are forgetting, or they're starting. I'm not going to say they are in the past, because I think a lot of these conversations, especially this one, the world is catching up to give people the tools to have them. But intimacy, people forget that. Like a lot of times, you've been together a long time. That old same stuff that used to work. She done read new books. Her friends is writing erotica. She been exposed to new stuff.
Your friends is.
I mean, okay, for real.
For real.
Seriously. But I mean, if you think about that before, I can remember if you try something new in the past, where you get that from? Well, the book. I don't know. Like just trying. So I think now, like the expectation, guys, you want to have that. But now I'm like, okay, well, before you try that, because at the same time, when guys say, a lot of times if they come with that conversation, that's it. They've decided. There's nothing you can do. If you have that conversation, and then maybe we try something else, or a lot of times it's already too late. You coming and telling me you cheated because I wasn't giving it up, and I ain't even get a chance to realize, like, I am in school and nursing or postpartum, anything.
A lot of times it don't even be the chicks. It be the guys that's ultimately reserved from just exploring different things. You know what I'm saying? It be
I'll be wanting to go one place that men ain't trying to go to.
Nah, not all. Some just want to.
Say it again, B.
I said some, not all, but people, it's a mix.
Yeah, some, not all. Like,
heteroless. I mean, this is cool.
yeah.
But I don't know. So I don't know how much more a guy could do to explore besides that type of stuff.
You need intimacy class, baby. That's a lot.
No, I ain't talking about. I'm just talking about when it's time. When it's time.
Me too.
But just because it's time for you, don't necessarily mean it's time for her, though. And
that's true. But I wasn't trying to make that. That wasn't the point. I was making the point. It don't matter. That was. I mean, I definitely get it. I get exactly what you're saying. The conversations need to be had. You need to try some new stuff because, like you said, it gets old. I was married for 14 years.
They got new material for Zane.
It's so disgusting. Like I don't even. Never mind. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I was listening to
exactly, Ned.
Listening to Ned.
That's what I'm saying. There ain't much more to explore. But regardless, if you're not like if you've been with somebody for a long time, what's wrong with going together to one of them? Like they be having these sex things, these group things to learn new stuff and try out new freaky things. And why not?
Now we're going to a home or we're going to a store?
I'm not sure because I don't,
I'm
just making suggestions.
I don't want to go to the home. I'm good with going to the store. I don't want to put my keys in nobody's fishbowl. I'm okay with that. But
that's funny.
I think, exploring a sex shop is just being an adult. You feel what I'm saying? I just don't think if you have limits, okay, state your limits, but don't always bog her down because this may be random, but she don't like football. You do. She sit with your ugly ass while you want to watch football just to appease you. You feel what I'm saying? So walk around the damn store and touch some shit. You ain't got to touch a dick, but okay, touch something just to right. Okay, cool. You ain't got to, but if this is what she wants to explore, don't shut her down because you're uncomfortable with it. That's when I be like, men need to grow up in some instances. You feel what I'm saying? Like, because they do come off as really childish when it comes to different things that they feel is going to go away. You tell me what your boundary is, bro, and I respect that. Just let me work.
It's just never just this topic. So I guess now when I'm talking about, me, I'm always like, it's probably more than
it usually is.
Yeah. So.
Like I said, most of the guys who I know talk to me about that, they've stepped out. Maybe it's been a while, or maybe it's kind of current, whatever. I can imagine that's got to be extremely tough to get over, and at some place you get to a spot where it's like, this as far as I can go. I'm gonna talk crazy about you. Whenever I think about it, I'm gonna say something. There's people who kind of reach that's the best they can get, and you know what I'm saying? Because I couldn't imagine that. I couldn't imagine and then not wanting to, and still having to give you some, and I'm feeling like that. I couldn't imagine that. So.
And then too, a lot of times if you've been with somebody a long time, over 20 years, chances are infidelity of some sort has come up
It's already
before.
happened.
So
Right.
then if you're in a happy place now, the conversation to circle back like, so remember 15 years ago? Like, I mean, because then you go back to like, wait, we back here? I thought we was happy. And sometimes I think like, I'm just happy to see like places like this. You got to have the conversation, because if you can't talk about that and you really think you're going to grow with somebody, then you're not being realistic in what you really want to do.
And mind you, ain't nobody comfortable with they people coming to them being like, yo, I'm not sexually satisfied. Like, and I'm just using that as an example. Like, ain't nobody gonna be okay with that. But the reality of it is, if I don't come and vocalize that to you 9 times out of 10, something bad is gonna happen. So I would rather just come to you and talk to you. And if you cared about this relationship, you should respect the fact that I came to you, sucked it up, and
That's big.
this is where I'm lacking. This is what I need you to fix. Not get mad. No, that's not the time to do that. The time to do that is when you take in the room. That's when you get mad. But before that, just hear what she's saying. Just hear what she's saying and really apply that, because if she's coming to you to tell you, she really give a shit about you. She really do. And she's probably like on that brink of temptation because somebody just told her that she was beautiful that day and she's been lacking your attention. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as somebody just saying you're beautiful for her attention to be swayed and be like, you think so? Because he ain't paid no attention to me in 2 weeks. I ain't seen him. I ain't talked to him. When he get home, I'm asleep. When he leave for work, so it's so much more, you feel me, than just I don't feel like the conversation is hard, but a lot of people just say that I'm blunt and mean and all this and all that. I don't feel like I'm all of that. I just feel like you have the right to know where I'm unhappy. You deserve for me to come to you and say, listen, because I definitely would want you to do that to me. I wouldn't want you to just jump over because you don't feel like I can handle it. Don't make that choice for me. Allow me to make that option myself. It's not a hard conversation. It's just, I guess, like Claire said, the delivery is hard. You have to make sure that, that empathy is there during your delivery. You feel me? So they don't take it that bad, in my opinion.
And the safety in the answer, because people, you also, it might not be black and white. I might need time to think. Like, is it a time limit? Like, you feel like cheating today? How much time I got on me? Like, is you gonna be cheating by the weekend, or can I think about it? Can I? Probably. And that be the unfortunate part, because I think sometimes, like, now we done got big and bad to have these conversations and then know your mate. What if I say no? Then what? Because if you come to have the conversation, it's already decided. It's almost like then what we talk about. Somebody said today, I heard they talk about how like women don't mind pretending to be dumb. We just don't want to look dumb or feel dumb. And I think, it's some truth in that too. Like, if you're going to do it, because why you done already decided, like, nigga, hell, I was better when I didn't fucking know. Mm-hmm. If it's like, where's my options?
I don't know if I want to know, right? And I say that because when I did find out, I made it very uncomfortable for him and her both, because we all worked for the same company. So I made it super uncomfortable because I'm stupid, right? And I was just stupid. And she knew that I knew, because I let her know that I knew. But it was also a sense of antagonizing. You feel what I'm saying? Like unnecessary phone calls and unnecessary communications, just, I guess, to see if what I said I was going to do. So I don't know. I don't know.
Today, my answer is I want to know because I think just in the same way in friendships and dating people, I'm dating everything. Like if it happens and we run into a mistake for myself, I want to create an environment where we can talk about now how it ends up, how it turns out, if we recover. But now, if today in 2023, if that's on your heart and soul, and we decided to be the original goal was just you and I, and if that changes for one of us, we need to talk about it, even if the mistake already happened.
Now I
I'm the
want to
same
know
way. You gotta
if
let me
you
know.
want to do it, if you feeling that urge. I'm saying if you've done it and like we've moved
Yeah,
past it, whatever.
move.
I
Well, no,
don't need
holla
to
at me. No, I need to know.
know.
No, I know. I want to. I definitely want to know. I don't want to because for y'all, it's probably like you don't want to look stupid or whatever. And I think maybe at some level it's the same for us, but ours is more like you don't want to have jealousy towards another nigga and your chick like that feeling. So maybe it's the same like feeling stupid or whatever, but it's like you can't for a man to feel like another nigga got a leg up literally on his girl than he do. You know what I'm saying? That is just something.
It's the same thing because
It's
guys,
the,
y'all will
it's the
have us
craziest thing.
making food for women. They will be in our home and literally been busting our men down. So it's really the same thing. And I think it almost becomes like disrespectful on the other way. So it definitely, I think that's a good point. It feels the same way.
I'm telling you because yeah, it's I couldn't man. Yeah, but I would want to know. I would 100% let me know because then because then you give me the choice. Like I ain't gonna go that deep, but you can give me the choice to stay or you know what I'm saying. Like don't remove my option. You know what I'm saying. You already know how I feel about this situation. We talked about it a couple times in the beginning, once or twice throughout whatever till we got here.
Hopefully.
You
Hopefully.
you know how I feel,
Yeah.
so I need to know. I
Yeah.
definitely need to know.
Yeah,
And if
if
you
you
have
put
an emergency,
I want to know. Yeah,
if you're not satisfied, I want to. That's
But you gotta tell
having a
people.
conversation about having an honest conversation about sex is one of the least talked about things probably in the whole relationship. It don't matter how many years. Sitting down and really talking about it, and I don't mean laughing at some of the funny stuff that happened because I'm sure we can all do that. But I mean how it made you feel, like even for like a split second, they did something and it made you feel bad. Do you tell them that? You know what I'm saying? Not y'all, but just people in general. Do
No,
you have
for
those little
real.
conversations? Like there was a little something you did, kind of made me feel like trash. I didn't like that. Do we have that conversation? No, we just get mad. I don't do that or something. You know what I'm saying, or whatever, because we don't have those conversations. Man, like there is no way around it. If you want a healthy and prosperous relationship, you have to have those conversations. And like how Pete said earlier, like it may be hard because in the moment, like you've been preparing for this, you've been building up. So by the time you come to me, you ready and you want to answer. I'm like, yo, baby, I need a second. I don't even know how to process what's happening right this second.
Right.
Like, I mean, I'll talk with you, but give me a minute. Like you've had months and months sometimes, years sometimes. So, but there is no way around it. If you want to be successful, you have to have those ugly conversations.
Mm-hmm.
I
And
mean,
ask more questions too, because I think too when you bring that up, and some people I want to know. Sometimes forget the monogamy. I'm really asking for safety. I'm trying to see if, like, who all are we exposed to? So
that's
for it
another
to,
thing, right? Because there's a lot going on out here that ain't
can
shaking
I let?
on.
Yeah, can I really let my hair down, or should we, wrap it all up? I don't know.
Right, because that's a whole nother level of intimacy as well. Like you don't want to, like you'll get uh, more loose for the one that is all yours.
Okay, so let me interpretate
Maybe.
what it was. That he was. I'm just playing.
Help me out. No,
Coding.
come on with it. Because somebody may not get that.
The code.
Translation to that is he want to know because if we finna get down and nasty and gritty, I want to make sure that I'm comfortable and safe doing that with just you because that's the agreement that I thought that we had. So before you step out, am I right, brother?
Keep going. You in there?
Before you step out or if that's what your intentions is, make sure you let me know, because I'm going to
Some
refrain
dirty, dirty.
from my intimacy with you, because now the trust is just out of the window.
Yeah, there's levels to your freakiness too. Like if you know a nigga's out here, you're not gonna go where you can go with that kind of nigga, and vice versa.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna go. You're not gonna do. You got your 2 or 3 little tricks you gonna pull on her, and hopefully she got 2 or 3 for you.
2 out of 3.
You got 2 or 3, and I got 2 or 3. That's 6. That's
When
6.
the 2 or 3 come together, you better run.
Oh Lord, Jesus, save her soul, Lord.
Okay.
I wrapped it around and put it together. How many ways?
Oh my God, that's so funny. But now that, like, if you know that person is yours, then there's just a level of comfort you have, But even exploring and trying some of the stuff that you don't like and that you hate, I've experienced that a couple times.
And I think yours. Oh, go ahead, Lisa.
No, I guess just for me, how because I guess for me, I look at it like I know that he's such a private person, right? Like, so.
I'm talking about my man, yeah.
Yeah, so I don't want to sound stupid, but this is just my truth. Like, I don't feel like he's dumb enough to risk everything that we've built thus far, right? So I really don't worry about it. I really don't. He been gone for a long time. That dude called me so much, bro. I'll be like, I'm asleep. Like, and is it reassuring? Absolutely. But I just feel like we've worked so hard to get to a point to where I was just sitting here thinking about my answer to the question. And I definitely was like, well, why wouldn't you want to know? You feel me? Yeah. And it's like, because it's just not something I worry about. So that was a transparent moment for me. You feel me? Like, that was
that's real. And I'm sure you feel liberated, even not having that weight off of you, because there are a lot of folks who are in relationships that's all they think about. Right. They are worried about him cheating or her cheating, and that's whatever they're doing. There's guys who out here,
right.
It's just better, yeah.
Right. Go ahead.
It's better that you are able to not worry about it. That's what's up.
I think now being back single when I really thought I wouldn't be, like forever, I hadn't really thought of like, I was with my late boo and I thought that was it. So I think now, and I'm listening more and working on healing myself to get ready to be back in there. I really liked when I heard Lauren London talk about like, we love people for a season. So now when you think of like they're mine and that, well, I think now I so focus on like, if somebody came to me saying they wanted more sex or something, I think first I would want to ask myself, like, what does that even look like if I could even produce more sex? Because I think back over reflective time of many relationships, I've had some happiest times when I was being cheated on. Like, I was really, really happy. And I know, but if I could go back and I was given that choice and I could have been that level of happy and maybe I understood the situation or had more control or something, who knows what that would have looked like. But like you said, them choices are gone. So now when I think back of if I would have never known or found out right now, I'm like, okay, so in this season, if it changes and we were enough for each other, I would just really like to think that I'm with somebody that's going to treat me how they would want me to treat them, especially going forward. So
yeah, you definitely think that.
All right, y'all, I asked that for y'all. Did you know you was being cheated on?
Who? When?
You. When you said that was your happiest time.
Oh, I said I've had some happy times and I didn't know. No, okay. I've had some relationships even end and I found out like after or sometimes. So, or in the craziest, or I was ready for the relationship to be over for other reasons. Yeah. So it's definitely been some times when I haven't known. And then there's been some times when I've chosen to go back and I probably shouldn't been secure that it was over and it really wasn't. So then you get to blaming yourself when really I didn't do it because you think like I should have never went back. Well, I should have. He said he was done.
Right. So, okay, from a guy's perspective, when he feeds you bullshit and you feed into it and it blows up, like, is it really her fault for believing you and giving you a second chance, or is it that guy's fault for being a complete douche?
Say that one more time.
Okay, so
when he broke, go ahead.
No, what you
Wearing
think?
the scar, it's the same. Like I'm wearing the sign. Like I'm proudly.
What are
You
you
came
saying
back. You told me
exactly
you
though?
was done.
So when a guy is with a chick and makes it seem like he wants to be with her but cheats, and she
Okay.
decides to stay, and then he like say he can continue to do it. Like from a guy's perspective, do you all look at it like, well, shit, she the one stayed, or do you look at it like, well, I fucked up?
You definitely see it. I would say a sensible man would look at it both ways. You definitely have to own that the problem is you. This is where it starts. It starts with you. If you do take me back and we keep rocking, there has to be an expiration date on your anger towards me in that area, or
That's true.
or we won't be able to work because you're gonna keep. How I said there are people. I'm telling you, man. They dangle that stuff. They take you back.
Yeah.
But they usually, in some cases, I won't say all. In some cases, they take you back because really letting you go is going to be too much of a change for them.
Right.
Yep.
He don't know that.
Right.
Yep.
He just know that you took him back. I got to be in the doghouse for a while. Okay, I understand that. But sometimes the doghouses turn into mansions.
Right.
People spend money on building them doggone cages, man.
Life sentences.
It's really like a life sentence if you stay with them. You know what I'm saying? So if you take me back, there's got to be some kind of time. I'm not going to push you to do it next Thursday. But you do have to be, we got to go to work. We got to go to counseling. We got to read these books that we got to look at these articles. We got to watch Crucial Convos and see what they're talking about. And then have those conversations. And then I have to listen to you. I remember, man, the same thing. So my longest relationship was my ex-wife. So most of my content's y'all already know. Man, it was the chick that I wanted to mess with, but I didn't. But I wanted to, and then we ended up having a conversation about it, and she was mad. She was mad. She was like, "Yo, I can't believe you did that." Blah 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 blah. I said, "Okay, you're right. I'm wrong. Da da da. Cut it off. Blah blah blah. Whoop-de-woo, all the stuff. Started back counseling. Blah blah blah. Whoop-de-woo, all the stuff." Couple days in the doghouse, she was like, "Now, how did this chick work when nobody else did?" Now it's my turn to have the conversation.
The deeper.
Explain.
Mm-hmm.
But I took the
brunt of it.
The consequence of my action. Yes, stuff led to it. We're gonna get there. But because I know that it's a bigger picture, I don't have to give it to you in that moment. And that's why I know, especially guys, don't want to have those kind of conversations, because most guys also can't out-argue women, and y'all will change the subject and change again and change again. And now we arguing at that last point, and then it goes from there. We never even address what we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I took all of it in. Boom, boom, boom. She asked, how did this chick work? None of the other ones did. I told her, I was like, well, that's been broken. I've told you this. I've told you that. We've been trying, I know we just moved. This ain't been happening. This is going wrong. And I've told you, I've tried to be honest with you, blah, blah, blah. And so then she was like, oh, now I feel bad, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, no. This ain't, because this issue is mine. I want, this is me.
Yeah.
But there were things that led to it. And then that's what made us get back in the counseling. We did, but you have to have somebody who can have those conversations, who can at least listen, even if they don't understand necessarily. If you're the type to have those conversations, they have to be at least understanding. And then we have to also double back and be overly understanding, because what's easy for us is hard for them. Like literally hard. Like it's not like it should be easy. No, that we're stupid for saying that. It's not for them. You know what I mean? Like you got to give them space and grace. Like you can't, like our P said earlier. Sometimes I don't have the answer right this moment.
Right. Let me think about it.
You know, but yeah.
Because somehow it didn't connect it to my daddy, and I'm crying, and it's something whole bigger than just this situation. You know,
in me, and then I'm projecting it to you when, right? Those.
And that's how we go to the 50 things. Because you was talking about this, but somehow it felt like my daddy was talking to me.
Oh my God, yeah. That's funny though, because that is real.
That's true. Like it happened a lot. So when I heard the topic, the way that it hit me was how individuals look at it as you're exclusive with me, but I'm not exclusive with you.
Right. You did take it like that. Yeah. Right? I remember that. Yep.
So I know that a lot of, it's not, I can't even say it's a lot of guys no more. Like it's a lot of individuals, people, right? Just a lot of people, period, who sometimes look at scenarios like, well, I never made it official with you. Howdy doody. We had a conversation. Right. We were sitting right here, but because you want to do what you want to do, and it's convenient for you at that particular time, you want to handle your cards, this way. And I think that's when the windows get busted out your car, and that's when the tires get slashed, and that's when the chicks pop up at the house, or like nowadays they taking bricks to windshields. They getting mad ratchet with it now.
Well, then too, because I mean, is it just sex? I'm confused why she had dinner and the champagne. Like I thought it was just sex. Why are you whining and dining?
Because they always
niggas got a most niggas got a wine and dine to get it. Most
you need to set up your situation. You need to cash her out. Like I don't know, but
I also think that's why it messes them up, because all guys don't have to wine and dine. Like you can just present with who you are, because now you're wondering why she's looking at you as an ATM machine. That's what you led with.
Yeah.
Right.
You introduce yourself. Hello, I am automated teller.
And that's like, what does it look like?
Yeah.
What does it look like? I mean, what you want to cheat? What does that look like? Does that look like you just need an hour away, or is this going to cost us another $1,500 a month for you to get this extra vagina?
Right.
It's also the guys who pay to have dinner with the girl, or to pay to get the phone number from the girl. Like Emery said, he said his last 2 seasons, this is what hypes you up to make you feel like you're something more than what you are. It's okay to feel like you the shit within. I don't think it's nothing wrong with that. But to charge a person for your phone number, yo.
Is she getting it though? That's crazy. But listen here. I'm laughing in her face.
I agree, but in the words of Emery, all right. Like, ain't nobody got to, I'm not finna pay. I'm not. Like,
you pay one way or the other.
I just write some numbers down on a piece of paper.
All right.
Like, I got the number.
You pay or you post pay.
Ain't no way.
I'm
People be paying for phone numbers. That is crazy. But it's like them OnlyFans and stuff like that. People pay for that. I just don't.
You buy a drink, you pay for my number. I mean, sometimes you leave with that. I mean,
but I'm getting something out the deal. I feel like there's an actual transaction. You know what I'm saying? Like, because prior to like this moment in life, that was the way to do it. That's a part of whining and dining. You know what I'm saying? That's what kind of men were taught to. You take your girl out, blah blah blah. Then take me. Who is the club's grandma? Take me out, show me a lovely evening, buy me flowers. When we get home, give them hot, lovely relations.
Like, I mean, that's like people, they're getting and doing this the same, just even like in person, you could buy me a drink. If I'm on social media, you pay my little subscribe fee to be able to contact me. So
I'm not doing the OnlyFans, but people do it. People spend.
I mean, it just depends. Yeah. Like,
ain't no way. Listen to me.
Oh, it's gonna
I wasn't trying to do that one thing. You remember we was with Marcus and them, and they wanted to go to that other platform that's supposed to charge people. I don't even want to do that. I use YouTube every day of my life, and I won't buy the subscription thing.
That's such a nasty word, kid. Calling people ugly.
Oh my goodness.
What happened?
Where and then the number be wrong, like Ned said. You've been done all that. I'm good.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a whole nother level, to charge somebody just for a phone number. Mind you, we all definitely are from the old school. If I'm not feeling you, you're not getting my number, we ain't never got to worry about that or whatever. To throw up the idea of me giving you the wrong number. Like I'm too grown for that.
Bobby said, if I pay for something, it's definitely going to be some action.
But that's what I said. There's going to be some action. You just ain't going to be privy to it like that.
And some of y'all ain't worth the hassle. Wee.
Vice versa.
Boy. But you can't tell them that, boy, because they get their caked on makeup on and the lashes and the push-up bras. You can't say that, Ned.
But I'm starting to wonder now I'm starting to wonder now if males are walking around with dildos for real. I'm talking about real men, not studs, but real men. I'm starting to think they are.
So what's the purpose?
Because they ain't got nothing.
All right. I didn't know what you were talking about. I'm just like, where's that coming from? A dildo.
Because you was talking about how they portray themselves to be something with the cake, the makeup or whatever. Like, right. But there are some guys that strap a strap on to compensate for the nothing.
All right.
It's always all right when you don't want.
Because that's number one. That is extreme. Most women wear makeup. That example you gave is extreme. I wasn't trying to compare like that neither. I was really talking to Bobby or Ned.
That's fine, but we gonna compare. You know why we gonna compare? Because last season we gave it to the females, right? And we just let it be what it was. Like we addressed where their shortcomings was. Season 3, we letting the guys know from the female perspective what we need to be changed, handled, what we don't like. That's just what's going on.
And I'm gonna be new age pushing because, girls, sometimes don't get me to start talking about the pleasure that's in the male booty hole. So don't run from it.
Y'all
think we're not going to pleasure shame. We're not going to
definitely will.
All right.
Y'all think
every day
all right.
Put them on loop.
Y'all be ready to stick y'all tongue all up in ours, so don't be mad if hers slip and she like
really, nigga.
and revisit it.
I mean, she just was testing it out. You ain't have to do all that. You ain't have to do all that. If you give it a second, what they tell us, just relax.
Just let me try it.
Just give me a second. I saw it on YouTube. One more. Look at it.
I'm out. I'm gone, baby. I'm out.
Bro.
I'm grown. That don't make me not grown. That don't make me not grown at all.
I didn't say you had to do that. I was just talking about it. No, calm down.
No. We're not even gonna do that. Nah, we know that ain't even it.
Nobody said that you had to. Relax.
Nobody is saying that, right? They're even suggesting it is yucky.
I was. Oh,
not yucky. What?
That's the best word to put on it. Let me see.
Why Ned finna get a chick a black eye, y'all?
What
Bobby finna give her a black eye.
What's cool?
Oh no, Ned said he tossing with some ranch.
All right. So the welcome back has welcomed. And
he said with the ranch though.
Sometimes you gotta, highlight. Shamara, you got one more yuck face, and I'm blocking you on the first episode. That's
you
it.
doing the same yuck up there in live. You just can't hear her. You up there.
Yeah, nah, she's finna get up out of here. She knows she on. We'll talk on the behind the scenes. I don't want to put it out there.
Okay. I can't wait. I love the after scenes. That's normally when I come to life, but now I'm whole way through.
You own the scene now with us.
Right.
Yeah. Radisha, I blocked you too. Look at them trying to gang up. Both of you already get
Come on, gang
every season.
That's funny, man.
I'm ready.
I mean, I don't know.
Bring a friend next time, y'all.
I ain't gotta worry about me.
No, but it don't even listen, man. Folks do what they do. It just, it is what it is. But if you're gonna be monogamous, that just makes sense that if you're gonna do that type of activity, that should be with just one person, I would think, unless there's folks out here just.
Look,
all right.
He clutching the pearls that
like it's getting hot. I swear to God, it's gonna get warm. Like, what is happening in there? Can we get off this?
The people is just the fake.
I don't think people view that. I don't think a lot of people view that as intimacy. I think a lot of people view that as sex. And I think that's why they share that with everyone, which is why things get transmitted the way that it does. Because they don't realize it's a deeper sense. You feel what I'm saying? So no, that's what I'm saying. There is no way I could ever Eric could tell me though in a minute, bitch, I'll mule kick you. So I'm just telling you, that's what he gonna say. If I even suggest, bitch, I'm mule kick your ass off this bed. So
I know.
He ain't even gotta work.
Yeah, I think that's cool too, and I feel like people don't have to try anything. I think my whole thing is like, let's not be naive to this. Right. Some people have been crossed over, and it doesn't mean anything either way. Like, your sexual pleasure is your pleasure as long as it's pleasuring.
Those who say they would never got introduced to it and was like, "Can you continue?" That's I think.
And now you nervous because you didn't bash it one time. You don't want to talk about it. So it's the same crucial conversations that can be had all around.
Yeah, that's just nasty. I ain't crucial enough.
You might.
Don't have to be.
Yeah. All right. Monogamy or not? That
is the question.
That's the only question.
I mean, I think monogamy can be good as long as you get to a point of actually understanding what monogamy is to you and the person that you're with, because monogamy is not the same thing to everybody. You feel what I'm saying? So if you can get an understanding and y'all agree on what the monogamy is because at one point I said I didn't believe in monogamy, which I still don't. Honestly, I don't believe that one person can give you everything you need. I don't think it's possible. I don't. But being committed, I think, that's something different than monogamy to me. So just stay true to you. Make sure you vocalize what monogamy is to you, and shit, don't alter it. Don't change it. That's what I think.
And be open to all the perspectives and ask the same question again. And then I think the more uncomfortable you feel, just keep asking the questions.
Facts. That's a good way to look at it.
He said only ask.
Yeah, you can give it a couple times. I'll write you a couple times, and then I'm gonna Ike you the other couple.
Let me address this right quick. Renisha said, "Whoa."
She's being sarcastic.
So you can be committed and not get all you need and stay.
Yeah.
Well, you got to be, you know what, though? You just really got to be realistic. You're not going to get everything you need from no aspect of life, from your job, your kids, the street lights, your legislation, your mama, your daddy, your uncle, your boyfriend, your husband, yourself.
I was going to say, you need to produce that.
And so trying to put that expectation of I need to be 100% pleased in every aspect, I feel like that's just going to put you in a bad position because it's just not a reality.
And sometimes you do have to sit back and question yourself, like, do you really need this or do you want this?
Right.
If you're an adult and mature enough, you're going to go with what you need versus what you want. You can compensate for what you want. You can compensate for what you
really
need.
Can. Now that needs to be highlighted, that dog, because that's 100% true.
Like, so yeah, he provides something that can't nobody else in this world ever provide. That's worth me staying committed to him. You feel what I'm saying? Because I don't have the time or the want for anybody to get to know me. No one will ever be able to help me raise my kids again. I tell you that all the time. Like that within itself can never be redone. It can never be remixed, like ever. So seeing as though it's just he and I through that, and we saw our kids get through, and we can look back and be like, we did that. You feel what I'm saying? So yeah, he provides.
That's also arrogant in a sense to even think, to say it like you can be committed and not get all you need, as if not you specifically, Nisha, as if you are everything that they need. You're not.
And I know I'm not.
Nobody, you know what I'm saying? Like that's just not that shouldn't even be a conversation. That part shouldn't, at least to me, because that's not even a thing. Like you should you should strive to make me happy, and I should be striving to make you happy. And if we're doing that, we're gonna be good.
It work, yeah, because I'm sure
there's more to it, but
that's the basis.
That's enough. Start there. Like take yourself out. Like, man, like I know my girl stay an hour away. I know she like red Gatorade. I'm just gonna take her one day, type of thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna go down there and do it. Just to to put the other person, like put that in your mind, like you really want to make them happy, and not just with superficial stuff, but it's in overall. If they're first, and then they putting you first, y'all in there.
In a relationship first, so forget the individual, especially if that's like.
And then FTK, the kids, that's got to be a part of it. To me, the kids got their spot, and then as far as they go,
you got to, because if not, you'll lose yourself, and you will.
And then they will be gone. Like I just told y'all, little Emerson, they don't care about me. They was like, "All right, man." I'm like, y'all ain't staying there. Nah, we out.
And then he wanted me to feel bad for him. Mind y'all, I done went through this twice already, finna go through it a third time, and he want me to feel bad because he going through it the first time? No, sir.
What does that mean? You done been through it once or twice.
Okay, because I just keep crying and I'm only at 10. And I just I'm texting my baby her good nights. And I'm like, brush your teeth. She's like, I already did. I'm like,
meanwhile, I'm on mute talking about shut up.
Right. and then mine texted me talking about some doggone some input cables. I ain't got no cables, nigga. You stole my cables. That's what we need to talk about. That's the next conversation. Where's my cables?
I think I said something too. Renisha said something else. Hold on. Because I was having this discussion with someone, and I have a friend who feels this way, and I think it could be the verbiage for me.
Of how it's explained?
Words definitely matter.
Because if they're saying, like, okay, she said, okay, whoa, so you can be committed and not get all you need and stay.
Right.
And so you're saying your friend.
I thought she was saying her friend feels that same way, but she don't feel that way.
But like, it could be the verbiage.
Okay, now I get it.
A friend feels like you could be committed, but you still not getting everything that you need, but you ain't cheating, and who right? Me and him.
Right, but I still think the verbiage at the end is for me, because words, no matter how you explain it, you gotta go back and forth. Because people ask the question and they jump, and I'm like, well,
let's explore.
Let's listen to the question again before we jump into the feel attack. Misha, you right.
I'm going right now and put it in watch my G. Okay. Because that's what I live. You feel what I'm saying?
Because he wants to block me.
I knew she was talking about me. I swear I wasn't gonna even say no. I'm gonna let her have it.
Well, it's a lot of people. Okay, example. Some women can be okay with a man going and making a lot of money, but they don't get attention, right? But it's enough for them that they have black Amex that they don't have a limit to, that they can just continuously spend. Some women don't give a shit about their Amex and they want that time. You feel me? So I don't care how much money you make. We need to reconnect to make sure I still feel you. I know I feel your money, but am I feeling you? Can I still look at you every day? Can I still lay with you every day? Can I still wake up and be like, oh, okay, this is my baby? You feel what I'm saying? So just an example, like, again, Eric provides, but Eric don't give time. You feel me? So I had to learn to express to him or explain to him, I work myself. I can cover the things that you've bought for me. I can do that. What we need to start working on is you actually giving me what I can't give me, and that's you. I need you, and only you can give me that. So that video game, they got to go away for a minute. And of course, we laugh, and he throw a tantrum, and it's funny how he do it. But I know that that's his joke of, you know what, you're right. And I'm about to put it up, and we're about to have fun. We're about to talk. And this is simple things, whatever, because we've been together for so long, so it don't take much. But I was just using that as an example. You feel what I'm saying? I'm not a materialistic female. I'm not. I grew up with nothing. I grew up with love and family. P and M can tell y'all, my family is crazy about one another. When we get together, it's a full-blown turn up. You feel me? So we didn't have material things. We just had each other. We had to make it work with that grill and that speaker. Okay? So that's just, so now that life is introducing something different to me, I appreciate it. Don't get me wrong, but it's also a different adjustment because I'm like, well, shit, I'm used to living without, or taking care of my kids, or so Eric gives me that, yo, we ain't got this. So now I know how to, hey, yo, P, you ready? Take a trip, impromptu. Where we going? Vegas? Let's go. Hey, yo, M, no, I got to. All right, yeah, we leaving you. All right, we'll see you.
Man, you ain't even give me no prop on the hypothetical situation. God, boy, look at it. Be your own family, boy.
Emery is a parent. Emery, like, that's just not that me and Paris ain't, but we know how to break off. You feel me? Like, we know how to. What? Go get it.
No. So you saying, okay? So Felicia says, but if you aren't getting what you need, you leave.
I was gonna say that
the thing didn't say what you need; it said all you need, like everything.
Yeah, right.
That's the distinction.
And then too, you can go into like, what's your investment? Because my push all the time is like, folks want these magic relationships, and you got to water what you love and what you want to grow. Like, there's so many tools out here. I mean, it still amazes me when people don't know their love language, and that's been free out there forever. And who cares if your mate won't take it? Take it for the both of y'all and try something different. Like, it's all different things that you can do, and just like investments, you got to invest in what you love. But if you aren't getting, well, then if you tried all y'all, then yeah, book it. Sometimes people do stay too long, but you got to really ask yourself if you did the work.
But no, she's saying, but if you aren't getting everything, you're never going to get everything. Is my point. No. Like, I think it's unrealistic to think that, because nobody you know has gotten everything they needed from anything. Maybe a pop.
And then
you could just, that.
Well, then you could lose it. Like, I think going back, I think I undercover, like, I lost my boyfriend to COVID, whatever, it's almost 2 years now. But then when you have and you're getting so much and all that and it's gone, then you realize, like, oh my God, that person was giving me all of that. Like, I can't breathe because I don't know how to give any of that to myself or find it in any other kind of way. Just like that, like you guys talked about before, it's crazy is cute until it's not. Clingy is cute until they on your nerves. But if you let me be all up under you and all your shows, now I'm confused. What you mean I can't come? But when I act like this, you thought it was cute.
Even though he's not here to get it to you, he taught you how to give it to yourself and to let individuals know.
We taught each other. Yeah, right. Like, I mean, but I'm saying, going back, when you think of even the stuff or part that I didn't know when I had let go of that independence and became dependent, it was a lot of stuff. I'm like, oh yeah, so just me now. But I think that's the same thing. If you want everything from somebody, you probably need to figure out why do they have so much to give? Why do they need to give you so much? What is everything?
Yeah, and I like, they're like, so you're named off a couple things. That's not everything. Those are good things to want. Lisa says she wants, if I can't get my fault, if I can't get the small things of quality time, I'm not staying. then that's a whole boundary you set, or whatever the term for that is. And that's, that's what's up. But everything to me means everything. Like everything. You're getting all of that, you're getting all of this, all the money, all the time, all the Christianity, all the encouraging words, all the whatever whatever you're that's what I'm it's unrealistic, and you can't give it back. No way. Nobody. Not just, I'm not talking specifically you. You can't give a person everything.
And quality is gray. So a lot of times before, I thought I was giving somebody enough communication and they thought I wasn't giving anywhere, and it go both ways. Like I thought the 15 minutes was quality time. So you got to also give people and let them know, do you even know what quality time feels like?
But even too, like, even if she do know what quality time feels like, that doesn't mean that he knows what quality time feels like. So
and deliver.
You still have to teach the individual what your quality time looks like. I had to, and it took me a long time. Like, he literally used to say to me, I want to do what I want to do with my free time. He would say, but that was a hard conversation that we had to have. And I had to eat that because that was his truth. Well, motherfucker, I don't want to cook right now, but you're hungry. So I got to go in here and cook. I want a hug. I'm going to throw this controller, so it was just.
Oh my God, I'm trying to hold it. Just throw this controller.
Man, that's real.
Like, for real, but then I also learned that his thoughts were so loud that he plays video games to shut his thoughts down. That's his way of, shutting his thoughts down. It took me a long time. He didn't even say that to me. I had to ask him, and he was like,
I think so.
I'm like, oh, okay. Now that helps me work with you. So now I don't really care that you're on the game, because I know apparently you're going through something. When you're not, you'll be like, I don't feel like playing the game. Like, you verbalize that now. So I see the difference versus me getting angry, because we've worked through those steps of me actually paying attention and asking questions. I used to get mad. I used to I used to do all of that, but it didn't really get me anywhere. So then it came to a point of understanding so we can fix it. All right. Now, I see that. He'd be like, you want me to get off? No, I'm talking to P. No, I'm working with M. No, I'm writing. Don't worry about it. I'm working. Because I've learned how to occupy myself and not need him.
And then he's also learned some new tricks by even asking, you want me to get off?
Absolutely. Absolutely. When he realized he'd been on too long, and by too long, I mean 6 hours at this point. I'm exaggerating, but he, on the weekend, he can't give it to him. Like, if a new game come out, like, I know that though. I know if a new game come out, I'm not going to see my husband for at least 24 hours. I know that. So I make other plans to leave him here to game with his boys. That's his time. I'm okay with that. You feel me? Where I was getting mad is because I didn't occupy myself. I depended on him to entertain me. That's where we go wrong as women. We don't depend on ourselves to entertain ourselves because we want to be so nosy and controlling to be any and everywhere instead of just focus on the matter at hand.
Wow, nosy and controlling. That's big.
And I've learned a lot over these couple of years from Emory. I've learned a lot over these couple of years from Paris, because my perspective is my perspective. So I'm going to look at it and feel the way that I feel. But listening to them, and again, I don't have to agree with them. I just hear their perspective and I respect that. I'm just being real, because a lot of people feel like I don't agree, so I ain't listening. No, I can hear what you're saying and I can respect that, but I don't have to go and operate it the way that you do. I can just adjust, adjust my perspective a little bit to incorporate a little of what you said, because that ultimately made a difference in my relationship. It worked. Why wouldn't I use it and it worked?
Why wouldn't you use it?
That's just kind of crazy to me. But I've learned to have those hard conversations. It may be hard, but it's very, very necessary. We say that all the time. Like, who would have known that, Vernisha felt like, if you can't give me the small things, like, I'm out. And then I feel like that's a defense mechanism. I feel like that's what you do to not be disappointed. You feel me? Because you're expecting something to go left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then that definitely happens. And then so you really move like it underneath everything.
Yep.
Like that's kind of up underneath there. You can act the part on the top couple levels, but underneath it, it's like, there's this one here's got a little time, an expiration date. This ain't gonna last, so I won't get too attached, or I'm gonna keep nagging and finding little stuff.
To
You
push
know,
him away.
I got 18 great things out of 25,
Yeah.
and I got 4 small things out of 1,000,000, and I'm gonna keep pushing on them little 4 ones because I want them 4 to be pushed to the to the 18 and give me 22. And then we do this stuff to ourselves, and we don't even recognize that we're doing it. In most cases, we don't, because we haven't gotten enough help to even recognize it, to even be self-aware, to even recognize, to see that this is like one way I respond to this type of behavior.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
So y'all know, we always try to make sure we highlight what we want you all, what our intentions are for you to take from our show, right? So my intention for monogamy or not is to be sure that what you sign up for is what you can deliver. Don't expect more of him than you can provide. Like, keep it realistic. Stay within the realms of what you all are capable of doing. That's what I want you to take away. And what say you?
What I want you to take away is, if you really want to be monogamous in your relationship, it's going to require some extremely hard conversations if that's not what you're used to. That's why I say extremely hard, because talking about sex and how you're pleased, or what makes you happy, is extremely hard for a lot of relationships to have. And then for one to tell the other that they're not pleased, that's a strike at the ego. It don't matter if it's the guy or the girl. For the most part, it's going to be, I won't say it will be, but for the most part, it can be taken as an attack, when it's not necessarily an attack if they're expressing what's going on with them and how they feel. It's just a critique. Maybe you can do something different. I know you thought you got it going on and you dropping it like it's hot, busting it wide open, and you busting it on a little bit open. But but if I can talk to you about it, and vice versa, like if we can't talk to each other about it, then something negative is going to happen, because my feeling isn't going away. You know what I'm saying? And yours may not be, whatever. But if it's not rectified, and if you're my partner, you're my person, I don't want to work it out with nobody but you. No way. Mm-hmm. That's me. I don't want to include other people. I just want it to be me and you. But if we can't have the conversation in a sensible and healthy way where we can hear each other and respond accordingly, and I'm gonna have to ike you. Sorry. What? People get iked every day.
He got an itch this year. I don't know what's going on.
Season 3.
My takeaway, I guess what I want everybody to take away on both sides. If you have a question, you just have to be prepared that there is a completely opposite thought that you might not have even thought of.
That's
so
good.
If you get it up to ask that question, just know that there could be a completely different one. And my other thought is, I'm just glad to be here on the first season 3 live. Thanks for having me, y'all.
Absolutely. You better what after the show? What? I can't even read that. That's what you get for talking crazy. Because she was talking crazy.
You better get that itch out of there. That's what she said.
She got the cussing good.
I read that good. Okay.
What's she talking about?
You better get that itch out of there. You ain't about to ike nobody.
I think she said, yeah, you better scratch that itch outside of the show.
Oh, scratch. Oh, yeah. Okay.
You better scratch that itch outside of the show.
Nisha, I'm going to scratch that bug on you. Okay. Don't worry about it. I'm going to see you Sunday.
Scratch that bug on you.
Dyke.
Listen.
You like?
To those of you that's been rocking with us since the beginning, Y'all already know. We appreciate you above and beyond. For everybody that's new, welcome to the family.
Hey,
Don't be afraid to hop in and give your perspective of whatever it is that we're talking about. Again, we don't necessarily have to agree with you, but we will respect the way that you see it. This is a platform for anybody and everybody to come and lay whatever is bothering them down so no one else can tell your story for you. You feel me? So there is no reason for you all to not head on the journey of healing. That's what we're here for, to make that comfortable. Even though it may be uncomfortable, we want to make it as comfortable as possible. So with that being said, thank y'all so much for joining us for the premiere of season 3 of Crucial Convos. It's your girl F.L.O.R.
it's your boy I Emery.
And I'm your favorite healthy hustling momager.
Catch y'all next week.
Next time around.
Peace.
Hey.
Hey, hey, hey.
Hey.